set. Ready, 2200. Racing. Red Hot Hope might have had a little bump with Sluice Box towards the back of the field. Flower in the Wind is showing good speed. Devonia's right there on the outside looking for the lead. And Fear the Wind's nice and handy as well, followed by Cisco Joe pressing forward on the outside. So Fear the Wind will get the cover on the back of Cisco Joe as Devonia leaves down the straight. Flower in the Wind is much closer today. It's fourth over on the inside, 1 1/4 Rationale. And the 6-year-old mare by My Admiration's a little bit keen. 2 lengths to Roman Flirt, who's on the inside of God's Dream. And then Red Hot Hope. The pace just moderate out of the straight. 1 1/4 away Black Money, who's second last on the inside, and Sluice Box past the crossing is last of all. So doing it on its own terms, Devonia leads by 1.5. Cisco Joe comfortable in second place, and Fear the Wind drops the head third on the outside of Flower in the Wind. On a beautiful day, the two wins go together. 2 lengths away Rationale, and then came Raymond Flirt on the inside, 3/4 to Godstream, 2 to Red Hot Hope, who's sitting up on the outside of Black Money, and last of all is Sluice Box. So down the back straight they run with 1,300 metres left to go. And Devonia leads by 1 1/4 to Cisco Joe. Fear the Wind is following Cisco Joe. On the inside is Flower in the Wind. And then Rationale outside of Raymond Flirt. There's no change. Godstream is next from Red Hot Hope, who's the first to make a move around the outside. It's putting in a dash too. And 1 1/4 Sluice Box, who's following Red Hot Hope. Black Money, the Geraldton Galloper, has gone back to the tail and would be about 12 off the leader. So Devonia runs down with 800 metres to go, leading by 3/4 to Cisco Joe. Fear the Wind's a close third, a length away and starting to run on now, taken 3 wide. Flower in the Wind travels okay. It's back on the inside of Red Hot Hope, who's still going forward around the outside. Rationale look to be struggling. Roman Flirt sneaks through on the inside as they come around the home turn. And the leader now, dashing clear is Cisco Joe, put paid to Devonia. Cisco Joe gave it its head and it raced away with Fear the Wind giving chase, and so is Flower in the Wind. Inside the 300, Cisco Joe went for home, led by 2. On the outside, coming home okay is Fear the Wind, and wider out is Flower in the Wind battling on Devonia. Cisco Joe in front. Fear the Wind is coming down the outside. Cisco Joe in front, but Fear the Wind finishing brilliantly on the outside. Fear the Wind has raced up, chalks up the hat-trick, comes away from Cisco Joe, and Fear in the Wind wins very nicely indeed by 3/4 to Cisco Joe. 3.5 away Flower in the Wind, just grabbing third in front of Rationale, who came at it late. He looked gone too at the 600 Rationale, but fought on well. And then Devonia, followed by Roman Flirt. Black Money picked up some ground from Sluice Box, tailed off Red Hot Hope and the bolter God's Dream. Fear the Wind has raced home to beat Cisco Joe. Over the top for Willie Pike, who brings up the double. They Quinella'd the staying race last week. They've done it again. And Flower in the Wind has boxed on hard to possibly just run third in front of Red Hot Hope, who came at it in front of Rationale, who came at it late, and we're just lining them up now. So the margin was about a half length. Well, that's pretty close for third. Very, very tight. I thought initially Flower in the Wind, but looking at that, the outside horse has got very close Rationale, who looked to be struggling before the corner, but came back hard to make it tight. And 10 has got third on the outside in front of 8 Flower in the Wind. So 3, 4, 10 and 8. 3, 4, 10 and 8. Apologies if you're on Flower in the Wind, the place. I thought that it had gripped on, but the big head of Rationale, she's a big mare, and she got there in the last stride. First glimpse of form for a while for her as well. So the winner, Fear the Wind, for Dan and Ben Pearce, and Willie Pike, who of course rode the first winner, Sass Machine, gave Fear the Wind a beautiful run, followed Cisco Joe all the way, and Fioronte, the sire of Fear the Wind, the 5-year-old gelding, has really struck form with a winning treble. Let's head downstairs to Brittany.
Thanks, Rich. I've got Ben Pearce here in the yard, 3 in a line for Fear the Wind, a horse that the owners had to be quite patient with early days, Ben, but gee, he's really helping them reap the rewards now.
Yeah, he is. These stayers, once they get in the zone, they're hard to get out of it, and yeah, he's just going super.
What were your thoughts during the run today when the tempo was on by Cisco Joe?
Yeah, he was a lot closer again, and Willie said he thought about riding him a couple of pairs back, but he's obviously just bounced out and put himself there, so he went with it. But yeah, he's sort of keeps getting the job done.
At the moment, he just continues to step up to whatever you're putting him in, and there's no reason why this can't continue throughout the winter. What's he like behind the scenes? How does he come through runs?
Yeah, great. He's a real dude at home, and Dan actually rides him a fair bit. He's his ride, so he gets the work into him. But no, he's really nice to have around.
Does Dan ride many? I'm just imagining his feet just about touching the floor.
Yeah, no, just the big ones, the ones that can carry him.
Well, he's doing a good job. Gold star to the track rider. Well done on the win.
Thanks.
There is Ben Pearce and Dan Pearce's ride, Fear the Win. So you know that it's a big, strong horse, because I can't imagine he's riding the little ones, because I do think his feet would just about touch the floor on the side, Scott.
I would absolutely imagine that. As soon as Ben started talking about that story, Britt, that's all I could think of was those swinging legs down the side of the big Spider-Man that is Dan Pearce. But Willie Pike will make his way back in eventually. I can't actually see this horse. Oh, in fact, there he is, just having a chat with the crowd. We might hopefully grab Willie later on, Britt.
Yeah, I think there'll be a few more wins in store for him later on in the program, but it is Fear the Wind who takes out race number 3.
Mate, he just flies the gates. I reckon one day I'm going to try and kick him out and then he'll come out slow. He just flies in. But I kind of didn't let them dawdle. I got down at half mile, went to go put pressure, they up tempo.